Hello everyone, welcome to this final class in this 14-day Pilates challenge. We are going to explore the theme of restore. So we are going to be using some of the moves that we have worked on these last 14 days, but we're taking things just a little bit slower, emphasizing on some deep stretches, some deep work, and hopefully a nice way to round off these last 14 days. We're going to start in this mermaid position. So starting off with left leg in front, right leg behind. We're going to grow tall through the spine. We're going to reach right arm, circle it up and over, sinking down into our mermaid stretch. We're trying to get as much of a stretch down the right hand side, so lift up a little bit higher through your left. Take a breath in here, breath out. We're going up and over into our side bend here. Great. Back to center, reaching away, breath in, breath out, up and over. We're staying in this side bend move. Elbow should be right underneath your shoulder. Hips are going to stay facing forwards. We're twisting round and then coming back up. Let's add some breath work. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe that twist. And then come back. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out to twist. Breathe in to come back. So we're keeping that sense of lift going on underneath through our left-hand side. So the obliques are working hard to keep that space. We're twisting from the belly button up, exploring this nice sense of rotation through the spine. We're going to add in a rotation in the opposite direction. So coming to a stacked position, we're then opening out, back to center, rounding forwards, and lift. Breathing out, rotate. Breathing into center, breathing out, rotate. In to come back. Two more. So think of it more as trying to get your shoulder as far back as possible. Great. We're now going to do a full circle. So we're going to bring our arm round. We're going to come all the way around, opening out wide, keeping that space underneath you, and then back to the beginning. Circling out. Pressing through your left arm to get as much lift as possible. Once more. And then we're going to go the opposite way. So this is quite a nice stretchy move here, but your core work is still at the center of this movement to maintain a nice lifted position, as well as protecting the lower back. Last time. All right, we're now going to lift up on both our legs. So the way we're going to do it, arm out to the side, we're going to press the hips forwards and then come back down. So not a huge lift, it's lifting our bottom off the ground so that we can get just a little bit of a stretch through the front of the hips, the hip flexors, and down. Let's go for two more. Last time. Nice work. We're going to lift ourselves up, come into a counter stretch, and then we're going to swing the legs around. So when you're ready, right foot comes in front. We're starting off reaching away, up and over into our mermaid stretch. Finding length. And then lifting yourself back up into a counter stretch. Let's come down to the floor. We're keeping that sense of lift underneath our right hand side. This time we're going to twist down towards the floor and then lift up. So we're not coming into the rotation on the other side yet. We're coming back to a stacked position where one shoulder is above the other. And untwist. Breathing out, twist. Breathing in, come back. Let's do that one last time. And lift. Breathing out, open. Back. Forwards and back into that set-up position. Open and twist. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, out, in, open. Let's go for two more. So also a little bit of work going through the arms, not a huge amount. And open. Let's go into our circles. We're going to swing the arm around. We're going to reach away, open out. And then again, adapt your breath here. Don't mind what you're doing, whatever feels nice and releasing here. The arm tracing the circle, the body going round as much as it can do. Let's reverse. opening out. So we're keeping the hips still. So we're really trying to get into our spine here. Lovely work, everyone. You can adapt your breath work. Okay, now we're going to come up onto our knees. So we're going to press the bottom up, lift, and then come back up, down. Back up and down, you know what I mean. We're lifting and then lowering, so keeping that space there the whole time, not collapsing through the arm. Let's go for 2. And 1. Pressing ourselves up into our counter stretch, finding length. We're going to come onto our forearms. So twist all the way around, come onto your knees. We're coming onto our forearms. So we're going to come into a little bit of a neutral position here first before we do anything else, as we always do. Once they're engaged through the core, lift up through the chest. We're going to reach the left leg away. We're going to start lifting it up and lowering it down, hips staying down towards the floor. Tuck your chin into your chest. Once you get the hang of the movements, lifting and lowering nice and slowly. We're here for 2 and 1. We're going to keep the leg lifted. We're going to change the arm position. You're going to cross your right arm across. You're going to bring your left hand underneath. So we've gone from parallel arms, crossing the arm across, left hand here. We're going to start opening out through the hips, and then twisting the hips down to the floor. Open and untwist. So the shoulders are facing down towards the floor. We're working through our pelvis, our pelvic floor, our hip joint to generate this rather small move. So we're coming into a parallel and then turning out into external rotation. We're going to keep the external rotation so the hips opened out. We're tapping the floor and then lift and tap. And lift. Good. Keep those shoulders facing down towards the floor. Keep the breath going long through the foot and the leg. Back is staying in its neutral, core staying engaged to help support it. Let's go for 3, 2, stick your elbow in. 1, we're going to bend the knee outwards, shoulders still facing down towards the floor, and then reach away. We're still in external rotation with the hip, bending it in. And then reach. Try and minimize the movement here. And reach. Well done. 2 more. Last time. Bring that foot down. Bring it down underneath. We're coming into a child's pose. So bring your bottom as low down to your heels as feels comfortable, giving your bottom a little bit of a sway. We're going to go around to the other side. You stay where you are. I'm going to turn around so you can still see what I'm doing. So we start off arms parallel, knees underneath the waist, lift your chest up, find your neutral, engage through the core, set your shoulder blades low. We're going to reach the leg behind, start lifting and lowering. So again, hips facing down towards the floor. No movement through the spine, keeping your chest lifted, keeping the breath going. Really well done. Lift. 2 more. Last time, we're changing the hands position up. You're crossing the left arm. You're lifting yourself up onto your right hand, keeping the elbow in tight. We're going to lift the leg up. We're opening, and then hips come back to face the floor. Open out. Shoulders staying down towards the floor. I'm turning my head so I can look at you into the camera. Open and close. You'll notice that there's quite a lot of work going through your glute, the one that's staying still on your supporting leg. That's totally normal. Let's go for 2. And 1, keeping the hips open. We're lifting and then tapping the floor. Again, shoulders facing down towards the floor. No movement through the spine. We're really tapping into the glutes and the hamstrings here. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 3, 2, 1, bending the knee in. Again, shoulders staying down towards the floor. We're keeping the spine as long as possible. We're trying not to twist. If that means that the foot, the knee isn't coming in as close, that's absolutely fine. Good. Breathing out to bring in, breathing in to reach out. We're here for 2. Well done. And 1. Bring that knee down. Hands come in front. We're going to bring ourselves down into this child's pose. We're going to keep the hands in front. If you need a little bit of cushioning underneath your knees, you're very welcome to bring some underneath. We're going to go from this position into a modified plank. So you're going to squeeze the legs together, ankles and knees. We're going to take a breath in, breath out. We're going to start rounding through the back, making it a lovely flow movement. Shoulders come on top of your wrists, squeeze the glutes, come into this modified press up position. And then we're coming back down. So we are going to do some press up. So this is modified plank, should I say? But obviously going to be modified press up if we stay in this position. So we're thinking about a lovely long line from your knees to your hips and then your shoulders. Good, keep your core engaged. Rounding through. Bringing yourself into this stacked position. And back. 2 more. Last time we're staying up into this modified press up and plank position. We're bending at the elbows and we're lifting back up. Keeping the shoulder blades set down your spine. Core engaged. You're doing really well. Shoulders away from your ears. 2 more. Last time, try and keep that lovely long line and then back into your child's pose. Sink deeply into it. Give your body a nice, good old sway here. We're coming back onto hands and knees. We are going to reach one hand away. We're going to trace a lovely big circle, opening up through the chest as we bring the hand behind, and then twisting back round, bringing the hand underneath. Over to the other side, reach the hand out first, opening out through the chest, hips facing down towards the floor, and then back down. So finishing off with this lovely sense of stretch and rotation through the spine, but obviously quite a lot of work still going through the arm, through the core, to keep that lower back nice and still. Up and over, reach, and back down. Up and over, reach, back down. Great work. We're now going to reach out long through the right leg. So we're tapping and lifting, nice and slowly. Lower back in its neutral, keeping the shoulder blades set down your spine. Okay, we're now going to go into some rainbow, so tapping out and then back. You're welcome here to roll out through the wrists, to come up onto your fists if you need to. Okay, we're finishing off with a nice sense of a stretch here. We're going to keep the leg crossed behind. We're going to turn the underneath leg and then come into this lovely side stretch here. Hand comes back, foot comes back in line, bring the leg back behind. And again, cross, twist, stretch, back down. And then reset, we've got 2 more. Cross, I've got my order wrong, but you're doing fine. Open, back, and behind. Last time, cross, twist, open. Great work. Back and down. Come into a child's pose. Reach out long through the fingertips. Roll out through the wrists. You're going to do the same on the other side. So when you're ready, we're coming up onto hands and knees. We're going to reach the left leg long. We're lifting and lowering here. So keeping lower back nice and still, core engaged, lifting your chest away from the floor. Great work. Lift, lower, 3, 2, 1. Going into our rainbows, we tap to cross and then uncross, tap the other side of the mat. Keep your hips still. Core staying engaged to help you support yourself. Now, I'm going to turn away from you so you can see what it's like looking from the back if you weren't quite sure what you were meant to be doing on the first one. So, we're going to cross, turn, open out, and then back. And then bring and uncross. So we turn over, open. You're welcome to lift that leg up if you want that extra little bit of a stretch. and then back behind. We've got 2 more. We cross, turn, reach away. Really push your hips and shoulders forwards. Back, and restack. Last time. Twist, turn, open here. And then you're all done. Knee comes back underneath, the other one does the same. And then we're sinking deep down into our child's pose again, rolling out through the wrists. Letting go of our tummies, releasing through the feet. Deep breaths here. And then we're going to roll up bit by bit. And you're all done. Thank you so much for joining me on this 14-day challenge. I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, please leave any feedback or comments underneath this video or any of the previous videos. It's been an absolute pleasure moving with you. I do hope you enjoy. I teach online classes if you want to join me from wherever you are in the world, and details are in my bio. Otherwise, I'll leave you with a really lovely day or a lovely evening, and I hope to see you very soon. Take care.